quick, Scott. Oh, yeah. All right.
I tell you what, a person who believes that this wasn't set up by our own government is an idiot.
Okay. So yesterday we completed the error ID and I'm sorry, the paragraph improvement and the error ID. And now we're going to go ahead and progress to section 9 and deal with the sentence improvement question in section 9. Okay. Number 1.
Did we do 35?
I
don't think we did.
That's okay. We're just going to keep going. We want to get through. We want to take another test at some point. Okay. When they heard is where I'm at. When they heard about the Etruscan Charlotte on display at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the citizens of the Italian town where the Charlotte was unearthed, cherried, I'm sorry. It's early in the morning. Excuse me. Was unearthed, immediately claimed ownership. All right, so I know you're probably saying to yourself, why should I have to read the rest of the sentence when the very beginning of the sentence is underlined? Well, Miss Yasmin, why don't you tell us why?
See the verb tense?
So you think it's the verb tense?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I think it's C.
Why C? And how does it relate to the rest of the sentence?
I think
Okay. Does anyone else agree? You agree? How does it relate to the rest of the sentence? It's a modifier. Okay, tell me about it. What's being modified?
What did the citizens hear?
Oh, so you're saying everything from the beginning to the comma after art is modifying the citizens. Is that what you're saying?
What they actually heard.
What they actually heard. Okay. Excellent, excellent. So we actually did need to read the rest of the sentence in order to fully understand what needed to be changed. I have to agree with Ms. Yasmin. It is C. It is going to be, C is going to be, that word is going to begin a modifier that's modifying the noun citizen. Okay. Amy Tan. Whose novels explore the lives of Asian Americans, included elements of Chinese culture and history in her work. All right. So, Miss Yasmin, what do you think about that?
I think C.
So the sentence is correct, you say? Okay. So, all right. Everyone agrees that the sentence is correct. What do you agree? Okay. Ms. Hebo, do you agree that the sentence is correct? Yeah. All right. Who does not agree? Yes, Ms. Seman.
I think it's E.
A?
E.
E. Why E?
Because it's novels and I can't. Wait. I think it's just E.
Okay. Miss Heidi, what do you think? Why E?
Because if we choose E, then it's in the past tense. I don't think that novels should be in the present tense. I guess we can be in the present tense. They're still here, right?
Okay. So right beside number 2, shift in verb tense. Okay. Explore the lives of Asian Americans included. Well, We just had explore, so why are we doing included? Should keep it present. There's no reason why we should change it to past. Inside of the, yeah, but remember that, okay, so you got two types of extra information. You got the phrases, of course, and those usually pretty much you can ignore. But then you have the clauses. So whenever there's a clause, then that clause is going to affect, or the verb in that clause is going to affect the other verbs in the sentence. So when they're testing you on shift in verb tense, we have to pay attention to that verb. Now, if we were dealing with subject-verb agreement, then, yeah, you still could ignore that clause. But in this case, we couldn't because the verb outside of the clause was a problem. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 3 here. No one disputes the patriotism, nor can anyone challenge his integrity. Miss Yasmin.
I think it's C.
Okay. Okay. Why C?
I don't know.
Okay. Kareem?
No, it's A.
It's
It's
A.
correct.
Okay, so I guess you went down the list that we had yesterday, and you pretty much canceled everything out. Yeah, that's why you had to. You did what we talked about. Yeah, actually it is A. The comma nor, and of course the clause that came after that. Everything matches up. We just have a basic compound sentence here. Nothing to, just good. Okay. But I mean, okay, if we just want to discuss it a little bit, I kind of do. This is classic sentence structure testing us on. If you look at all the answer choices, they all do the same thing, which is create a compound sentence, except with the E. However, we could tell by the meaning of the sentence that nor would be the best. And of course, they do have a second nor answer, but it has a semicolon, and we know that's too much because we just need a nor. We don't need the nor and the semicolon. Okay, all right, 4. A sentence structure for number 3. 4. Many public works programs of Depression era were intended in creating jobs for the unemployed.
I think it's right.
Okay. Miss Hebo, what do you think? Okay.
Yeah, B.
Oh. Did I say it like that when I read it? For some reason, I remember saying it like that. Okay, good. All right, I read it properly. Okay, Miss Heidi, what do you think? Huh? Okay, yes. It is B. Were intended in creating, huh? Yes, it should be intended to create, not intended in creating. Okay, we can call this idiom usage if you like.
But it is in phrasal verb.
Yeah, verbal, verbal, you can put verbal, because we definitely had to use a verbal to correct it. But you can also put idiom usage because intended in, it's just not going to work here. All right. Number 5, ancient Egyptian scribes sat cross-legged and wrote on desks, with them being their cloth kilts stretched tightly across their knees. Okay, that's a mouthful. Miss Yasmin?
It's gonna be B.
Okay, why B?
Because
What do you think the error is here? the problem with the original sentence? What do you think the problem with the original sentence is? Okay, you go ahead. Like what?
Well, the problem is it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense? Okay, okay.
Doesn't it, though?
All right.
It says that they are their cloth kilts,
Okay.
which is
With,
confusing.
right, with them being their cloth. That makes sense. Very awkward, so we can definitely put awkward there. We can also, I guess we can also include wordiness in there. Right, wordiness next to that.
Would it be passive voice?
With them being, no, well, I guess the problem with passive voice would be we don't have that verb, that two-word verb we usually have with passive voice. But definitely it sounds awkward. If we can't figure out anything else, then the next thing I would go with is probably be wordiness, because you can replace all that with one word, and that is be. There.
Wouldn't it be a comma spot? There's a comma.
The comma there. Ancient Egyptians sat cross legged and wrote like this. There, I wouldn't say a comma splice. Although now that you point that out, might be a problem with the question in general. Okay. I guess stretched is not a verb in this sentence. It's just a participle. And I give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, they made the question, so I just had to, I'm trying to help them out a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Number 6. Construction projects which appear to start slowly with months of work going into preparation of the site. The foundation before the skeleton of the building rises quickly. Okay. Ms. Yasmin, help us with this.
I don't think we can put like a comma and or with.
Okay. So you can't put a comma. All right.
So I think it's going to be and.
Okay. So, actually, you made a really good point, which should take you directly to the answer choice. What do you think it is?
E.
E. Okay. If you think about what you just said, what do you say, Kareem?
It's C.
Tell us why.
Well, which isn't necessary in the sentence. Like we can just say construction projects appear to start slowly with months of work going, and it will still be correct.
Okay.
Isn't it that the comma with is like something positive, not actually a comma with, just like in a sentence?
Say it again. Say that again.
The comma is really a positive, it's not directed for the with.
The comma with the a positive.
I mean, it's comma with and then ends with a comma at the end, so it's in positive.
It's a comma with and then ends with a comma. The no, the comma is okay.
Yeah, because it's written in positive. It's not comma with, so it's not an error.
And where's the positive?
Until the part till foundation. I mean, it starts with months of work and goes until foundation.
No, it's not a positive. But I like how you mentioned comma. And you mentioned comma, because that actually, the whole comma issue here is what gives this question away.
So it's a comma with?
No. I'm saying the whole comma issue. There's a comma problem here. Anyone see it, and anyone recognize the comma problem here? Yeah, always a comma before which. So just knowing that, immediately we eliminated A, B, and E. So we were down to C and D. What did you get, Miss Heidi? C. Why C?
If we chose D, it's going to be incomplete. I mean, if we chose that period to start slowly, we should have something with another clause after.
Okay. All right. Yes. Yes. So that appears slowly. Of course, we know that is beginning a subordinated conjunction. Dependent clause. And where's the subject for that? We don't have that. So we got to eliminate D. And we choose C. Okay. 7. The best applicant for a position in technical services is good at detail, calm during interactions with customers, and knows about the devices a company sells. Miss Yasmin.
I think it's D.
And what do you think the problem was with the sentence? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold your answer. 6. Let's write beside 6 sentence structure and relative pronouns. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I don't know the error.
But just by looking at the sentence, what do you think is wrong with it?
The column during interactions.
Okay. Do you know the name of that type of error?
No.
No? Who knows the name of that type of error? Miss Hebo?
Parallelism.
Parallelism.
And subject and verb.
Okay, subject and verb agreement and parallelism. Show us what a subject and verb agreement is.
Here's the subject is the best applicant. And then after is a good at detail, there's call. It should be calls. And then next thing.
Okay, so if it was subject and verb agreement, it would be comms. All right.
That's why he added remains into it.
Okay, so that kind of led you to the answer. Okay, all right, if you want to look at it. Okay, we can look at it like that. Put both down there. Subject verb agreement and parallelism beside this one. Oh, the answer is D. So go ahead and put both down here. Okay, that was supposed to be a hard one. All right, 8. Whether genetically engineered crops are a benefit or a danger, it is a matter of controversy. Now, of course, when you look at a sentence, the whole thing is completely underlined. I mean, the old strategy, which could possibly be a good strategy, is just choose the shortest answer choice and, call it a day. However, when all of the answer choices are about the same size, and you got to go for some skills there. So, Miss Yasmin.
I think it's E.
E.
Yeah.
Okay, E. Okay, are we applying the shortest answer choice?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But, okay, so you're going to find a lot of questions like this on the SAT where all the answer choices are the same length. Now, and sometimes there may be a difference in a few letters. Don't be fooled. It may look shorter, but, I mean, you know, that's not really the issue. So definitely you want to go and match that sentence or that part of the sentence with one that is underlined to make sure. Mr. Cream, what do you think?
Well, I chose B,
Mm-hmm.
but I think A is perfect the way it is.
I think it's perfect the way it is. You found two errors in this situation. Okay, tell me one of the errors you found, Ms. Heidi. Comma splice, okay. That one's glaringly correct. Go ahead. Subject and verb agreement.
Because it's crops and then it says it.
Crops and then it. So I think probably we're talking about a pronoun issue. So we got some pronoun issue with here. Pronoun agreement, maybe? Okay. Now, whether genetically engineered crops are a benefit or a danger. Now, we got two things before the pronoun, so that's definitely going to be ambiguous pronoun. But I think we still can go with, well, we have to go with ambiguous, because if we deal with the pronoun agreement, then we could just assume that the it was going with danger. But that's the problem with the sentence. We don't know what the it is going to for.
Isn't the comma for weather? Because when we use this word in conjunction, we should use
Yes. So we're gonna have we're just gonna boil it down to ambiguous pronoun. How do we correct it?
Isn't it B?
Tell me why.
You're what? I chose B because I felt like more. It's like people could understand it. I understood it like this. Because it goes on to a benefit or a danger, so this is correct. It's like the same meaning as the sentence, but it didn't change the sentence itself. We just improved it.
Okay, yes, it is B, and we didn't need a comma here, although it did start with weather, because the clause itself is the subject of the main clause. Okay, so in that case, when the clause itself, when the dependent clause itself is the subject of the main clause, you don't need a comma before the verb. Genetically engineered crops are a benefit or a danger, and people think it is. Well, we still have the ambiguous pronoun with it. We still have the it. I mean, even if we didn't consider, and people think would be a bit awkward and wordy, we still would have the ambiguous situation. So I think the main thing we're dealing with here is ambiguous pronoun. Controversially, genetically engineered crops are a benefit or a danger to. I think it should be are a benefit and a danger. I don't know, but controversially, we wouldn't use it in that way. Yeah.
But it would be redundancy to controversially in many people. Isn't it kind of the same when you put it in a word, in a sentence together?
I guess we could call it awkward. You could put it there, but yeah. Okay. Moving on. That was supposed to be a hard one. I guess it was. Was it? Having learned Spanish, number 9, and English as a child, Eleanor is fluent in both languages. Miss Yasmin.
I think it's going to be C because the subject and the verb relationship. there's no subject for relationship.
Who agrees with C? You said C, right? Who agrees with C? You agree? Everyone agrees. No, Mr. Kareem. You agree with C?
No,
Nope. What do you think?
I think it's correct.
It is correct. If we go through our checklist and see anything, we have a modifying.
Having learned, not learned.
Hmm?
Having learned.
Having, which asked Georgie to
She means an A, having learned, not learned.
What? Okay, so it's obvious that what's underlined is actually a modifier. And it is modifying who it's supposed to be modifying, or what it's supposed to be modifying, which is Eleanor. It's all good. It's all good.
I chose it B.
Learning Spanish and English as a child. Eleanor is fluent. Oh, I think that would kind of go in the tense area there. Because that would imply that she's learning it. Yeah. It's action still going on. I mean, it could be an action still going on. No, okay, 10. The philosopher was so intent on making her argument, and she was walking into a wall of the coffee shop. Miss Yasmin.
I think C was the tense.
Argument, and she walked. Why did you want to change the tense? Because remember, you got to have a reason to change the tense.
Yeah. Like clause.
Okay, so think about the whole sentence, because the sentence gives us a lot of information. So think about the meaning of the sentence and picture what's happening in your mind, rather. So you can kind of see that it's awkward around the coordinating conjunction and, okay? Because when you think about the situation, I don't think and is a good use here.
D, walking.
Okay, so you just want to get rid of it and turn it into a phrase? All right. What do you think, Ms. Hebo?
I think it's E.
Maybe it's E. Ms. Heidi? Yeah, Mr. Kareem? All right, yeah. I think what we needed here is to, you can keep the clause, but we needed to change it to a dependent clause.
I looked at it another way.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at it another way.
Okay.
When there's like so was an added, we expect that there's that after. That's what I think it was.
Yeah, the expression so and that always go together. Yes. So sentence structure. Sentence structure. Sure. Okay. 11. Seattle's Space Needle is not only a symbol of the city, but it also attracts tourists because of its unparalleled view. Miss Yasmin.
think it's E.
Okay. All right. Why E?
I just chose it.
Chose it?
Yeah.
Okay, now remember now, we have to have reasons why. Very important. So we have to rely on our knowledge of grammar. Got to go through that list out. So we have a good reason why we made the change. Mr. Kareem, what do you think?
Wait, I think it's right.
You think it's A? Okay. What do you think?
C.
Why C?
Well, we don't really need a pronoun here. We don't really need it, so I think it's better if we just had it, but also a tourist attraction.
Okay. Is there any reason why we would even have but also? Okay, Miss Heidi, you're good at these, huh? Parallelism. There's an expression, another expression, back-to-back expression questions. Not only, but also always. Always. Not only, but also always. So, but you're all right. The it didn't need to be, the it shouldn't have been there. That's good that you saw that. But be careful, because what if the it wasn't there and it was just also or but? So always remember, when you see not only, we're looking for but also. I have but also with the not only.
What if it was but then we had a comma before but? Would that be still wrong?
If we had a comma before but,
And then also was in there.
if there's not only and it's just a comma in the but, I don't think that's going to work, because it's an expression. So we got to have the other part of the expression there. Okay. After viewing the elephants, lions, and tigers, the sea lions are a real treat. I wanted this a bread for some reason. Miss Yasmin.
I think it's E.
And what would you write beside this, as far as what kind of error it is?
I don't know the error.
Okay. Miss Yasmin? I'm sorry. Ms. Hebo?
I chose D.
Chose D, okay. Kareem?
I chose E.
You chose A?
E.
Why E? What problem did you see?
I guess it was, I can't say it. I don't know, problems.
Okay, no problem. Miss Samad? Chose, huh? B? Okay. And Miss Heidi? Why E? Misplaced modifier. Okay. After viewing the elephants, lions, and sea tigers, the sea lions, because they like looking at elephants, lions, and tigers. So, yes, we're going to have a misplaced modifier or a dangling modifier. I think it's going to be dangling, because the thing that's supposed to be modified is not in the sentence. So, it's a classic case of dangling modifier. So, remember now, the modifier errors in the sentence and on SAT usually deal only with dangling and misplaced. The noun. So whenever you see a modifying phrase or clause, look for the noun. If you can't find it, it's dangling. If it's not immediately after, then it's misplaced. All over the park are thousands of trees and the variety, including exotic species and the more common domestic oaks and maples. Miss Yasmin.
I think it's C.
Why?
Because it's summarizing.
Ah, so in other words, it's going to modify what came before it?
Yeah.
Anyone disagree?
I think it's D.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, D.
What do you think, Miss Heidi? Okay. So what do you think it is? It is C. All over the park are thousands of trees. Now we get the modifier, or the thing that's going to give us more information, which is including exotic species and more common domain, blah, blah, blah. The others, they don't do that. "14. Although painted wooden statues are popular with tourists, most artists in that area have long since moved on to other media." Miss Yasmin.
I think it's C.
Why C?
Because like it makes sense with the first
Okay. But you said C, right?
Yeah.
What about the but, though? Because it continues with a comma but. So it's starting another independent clause. Remember that the comma but is going to connect independent clauses to make a...
So I think it's like the sentence.
Excellent. It is right. C and D, I'm sorry, C definitely was starting a compound sentence when you can't do that with the clause. So, yeah, it is correct. Yes, actually B, C did that. Okay, well, that concludes, I guess we, with 14, no, not with 14, with 13. Wait, not 13, it's 12. Circle it, because that's what we're doing currently on the site, modifiers. So circle that, make sure you get those modifiers down. And that's it for this test. I guess when you come back, you got to take another test in Islamic school.
I'll talk about tomorrow. Yeah, that's rolling the hard way. We don't want to roll quite that hard. We want to get one of them little mini buses. What's up?
A person who believes that this wasn't set up by our own government is an idiot.
Everybody's gone out of their mind.
Welcome to Mr. Quick's class.
Welcome to Mr. Quick's class. Welcome to Mr. Quick's class. Welcome, Mr. Quick's class. Oh, yeah. All right.